Let's see. I guess this works. The people will be watching this like right after this live ends. Just letting you know, I'm only on live because I need to get my 3 in. Last week, I only did 2. I was supposed to do 3. Also, keep in mind, I will continue my lectures. I just haven't really thought of any to do. Not only that, I've been distracted. I wouldn't exactly say distracted. I've just been busy with some other stuff, like drawing, because that's what I'm doing now. I'm drawing. I want to really up my game on drawing because I really want to get into like making little mangas or some, stories or whatever. Excuse me. You ever get that feeling like you're going to burp, but you don't burp? But yeah, I'm pretty much drawing. I'm drawing some Demon Slayer stuff. My activities mostly been going to TikTok because I've been getting a lot of good feedback on there. I'm just call it that. Good feedback. Like you're gonna have to go to my TikTok in order to actually see what I'm talking about. I don't want to jinx anything, so pretty much things are just good going on there. So it's basically pretty much encouraged me to post more on there. But I'm still trying to be careful because if I make one wrong move, then I'm pretty much banned from the platform because I had 2 other strikes before. If one more, then that's just it. Then I have to make another account because I'm gonna be honest with you. I made a. I'm not I'm not even gonna tell y'all about that. But yeah, pretty much I'm drawing and it's like sometimes when I draw some of my characters, I kind of like it, but then sometimes I don't like it, but then I'll eventually like it. Uh, excuse me. It's like I will like it, then I won't like it, and then I'll like it again. You know. I want to see what it looks like with the eyes. Hmm. Yeah, looks okay with eyes. I feel like I had one of those moments where it's like I draw like an OC for the first time, and it'll be like the best looking one. Then the problem starts when I try to recreate that same OC, but in a different angle, in a different pose too. It is getting mad difficult. And also, I've been trying to practice on fight scenes because, if anything, I feel like fight scenes are a lot important because that's what keeps the people immersed. So that is what I am trying to do. So I'll show you the first OC. See that? There's some very big meaning into the lore. I use Kokoshibo as my reference. I use the dragon Suba as my reference. Because I'm not gonna lie, one of the reasons why I made this was because sometimes when I see other people who do these certain things, like going back to like my SCP cosplays, right? I look on TikTok and I see all these people doing it, and I'm like, man, I wish I was those people. But it's like, yet again, what if I can do better? Because it's like, I want to be these people, but it's like when I see these people, sometimes their stuff can be a little bit over the top. It can be a little bit childish. It goes back to what I was saying on that one live, or it could be that video I made, where I was talking about how fans of a horror genre can turn something scary into something cute. I mean, some Starburst. I get it all stuck on my teeth now because I'm talking too much. Give me a second to chew. Okay. So, yeah, pretty much what I'm saying is, fans of a horror genre can turn something scary into something cute. And then, like, Demon Slayer fans, right? Don't get me wrong. I love their OCs. They are mad wonderful. But it's like, yet again, when I look at some of them, because it's like, I'm a guy that really likes stylish stuff, but then I'm also a guy that likes some stuff that would, look accurate and make sense. Just like when I was going back to the SCP fans, the reason I made while I was doing some of the cosplays is that I want people to like, I'm on TikTok and I'm making little stories, right? So if you go to my TikTok and see my stories, you'll see what I'm trying to get at here. When you got most people who do SCP cosplays and stuff, they don't try to make a story. Like a good example would be Jolt, right? If you type in Volt Jolt on TikTok, you'll see that guy or gal or whoever that person is, they them whatever the heck, right? Because I don't know that person's identity, so I'm just say they them because it could be two or more people in the works, but they the person, excuse me, dang, I had to burp. The person is making SCP videos, but at least they're making stories and they're putting it on TikTok, like just TikTok. Like you'll have stories on TikTok, but they're mostly video, like SCP stories on TikTok, but they're mostly SCP videos. They're mainly on YouTube, and then they bring those clips and say part one, part two, part three, and those are just mostly stuff you'll find on YouTube instead of TikTok. The only time you can get like actual raw SCP videos, I guess you could say. I would call it raw, but basically, what is it? Because again, the stories that you'll find on TikTok of SCP videos are on YouTube, but the ones that mainly come from TikTok is what I'm trying to say. The ones that mainly come from TikTok, you got people like Volt Jolt, and you got people like me. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna just say me because I have never seen any other SCP content creator make their own little story like I did, where I do a few parts, like I like for a couple of minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes or whatever. Um, I will, make a skit every time, and then pretty much the story just goes on and on and on and on. And I recommend you just go to my TikTok and see for yourselves. It's like I'm talking, but then I'm losing track of what I'm saying as I talk. But yeah, because it's like I was just talking about Demon Slayer, but I went on to SCP stuff. Let me tell you the reason why I was talking, mentioning SCP stuff. So back on to Demon Slayer. Their OCs are astonishing. I am telling you, they are astonishing. They look good, but sometimes I like basic. Cause sometimes I will admit, sometimes the OCs can look a little extra, but yet again, I still like them. It's like I have two sides of me that just wants to enjoy both sides of an OC, right? It's like I want to enjoy this OC of how stylish it is, but then I also want to enjoy this. I wish it was more like maybe the sword can be curved in like this way instead of this way, because that's the wrong way you should have it. But it's like yet again, it's their excuse me, man, because it's like they're having their swords face the wrong way, And it's like it's like it's bugging me. It's like they got the sword facing the wrong way when it's in the scabbard, or the sword is a little too straight. And it's like I got to remind myself these are just people who are enjoying their OCs and stuff. So that's why I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do mine and I'm gonna show other people it. Instead of just wanting to bug them about it, I'm gonna just do it myself. So that's why I did this, because and that's the reason why I use Kokushibo as the reference. Because hold on, did I make the arms a little too big? No, I probably didn't, because it's a Haori. But yeah, that's the reason why I use Kokushibo as a reference, because I feel like in some of his poses, he has like the best pose for not just pose, but like best stance when it comes to holding the weapons up close in a more realistic way. And my character being specialized in well, not specialized, just trained in a Bato Jutsu style, which is art of drawing out the sword, but it's like they use real katanas for their training, while Yaido they use like bamboo katanas or whatever, right? So he's trained in that, but he's also trained in thunder breathing, which fits well, because Bato Jutsu and thunder breathing are pretty much kind of like the same thing, because thunder breathing is about speed, but also drawing the sword at the same time. And some people might disagree with me in saying that it's not similar, because it's the art about drawing the sword, while thunder breathing is just about being fast. But people have to understand what makes a good swordsman is being fast. So let's not forget the fact that thunder breathing is not just about running up to the person and then slashing them, because if anything, their speed mainly relies on their legs. So that's what makes them who they are as thunder breathers. So, but it's like, again, they also got to add some speed to their arms, because if they're too fast, if their speed doesn't on the legs doesn't match up to their arms, then just imagine they get up close to the enemy, and then they try to decapitate them. Like, not, I'm talking about demons trying to let's say detach the uh detach the circle above the neck, like basically, let's say detached. If your speed doesn't match up, if like your arm speed doesn't match up with your leg speed when you're trying to detach an opponent, then that's going to be an issue for you, because by the time when you draw out that sword, then your arm is probably going to be hitting their neck or something like that instead of your sword. You get what I'm saying here? So pretty much, it's like their speed relies on their legs, but it also has to rely on their arms as well. People want to just talk about it being their legs, but it isn't just their legs. It's their arms as well. And yeah, what was I gonna say? Also, but yeah, it's like if you look at him, he looks really basic. He doesn't look too extra. He just uses standard thunder breathing. I know, because usually people who make OCs, they make like creative breathing forms, right? They want to make blood breathing, they want to make bird breathing, they want to make snow breathing or something like that, right? But for me, just thunder breathing. I got more OCs, but I don't feel like showing them just yet until I explain the name. Hold on, my battery's getting low. Hope that didn't pause the thing. But if you OC name, uh, Ishi Suyoi. So you can translate what that name means, because usually when you have Japanese names, they have meaning to it. You can always see that the gender is male. Now this thing is reversed for some reason. I think that's because the camera's like coming from like the it's camera's reversed is what I'm saying, so I can be able to see the chat. But thunder breathing eighth form, Slayer of Yamato no Orochi. If you know the story of Susanoo was kicked out of heaven by his sister Amaterasu. You might know Susanoo from like Naruto. You might know Amaterasu from from Naruto, and you know the hand seals in Naruto are actual ninja hand seals that they use before they went and did their mission as a prayer. So it's funny how how anime fans like anime so much, but it's just like they don't know much about Japanese stuff. And actually, that kind of goes back to what I was saying about Demon Slayer OCs, the curved blades facing the right way, the swords being too straight and stuff. It's like they see this on Demon Slayer, but then it's like you gotta understand. They don't have to understand. They don't have to. It's their choice. But it's like they do this, but it's like it's a little inaccurate to like how the actual Japan stuff is, because they probably like, basically my point is they probably don't know this. So that's why I'm trying to teach them this kind of stuff so they can at least have a better OC. Not better OC again, that's their choice. If they want to have the the stuff like the blade straight or whatever, then that's that. But for the ones who do want to like make the most accurate OC, like what I was trying to do, then that's something they want to do. Because actually, you see the Sageo right there on the sheath? It's right here. I recently added that on there because I realized, oh, I forgot the Sageo. So it can tie around the belt. So the scabbard is out of the, not going to be in the way when he's in the middle of combat. So yeah, pretty much just that. But yeah, he looks basic. Again, I wanted a basic look. I didn't want something over the top. It would have been cool to add something like that, but I wanted to be very basic, because sometimes basic is more, because it's like, another reason why I go for basic is because a lot of people go for something that isn't basic. Because if you go to like TikTok and look up Demon Slayer OCs, again, their stuff is awesome, but it's like I see it a lot. So it's just like it's almost just like with I don't want to say boring. It's just it's a little too common that it's just you want to see something different, because I was gonna use Dragon Ball as a good reference to that, because with Dragon Ball, it's like they always have new forms, and it's at this point that it's not even surprising. Like they had Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3. There was a Super Saiyan form, 4, but I guess it's not canon. You got Ultra Instinct, then you got the Perfect Ultra Instinct, or whatever the heck. There's like two Ultra Instincts, I don't know. And then you got Super Saiyan God, which was I guess before Super Saiyan, Ultra Instinct or something like that. Well, actually, before Super Saiyan Blue. Super Saiyan Blue, it's like they got so many, forms and stuff. And it's like all these characters keep getting new forms. It's like Frieza got this, kept having these different forms, and then Frieza, that, and Frieza turned bald, then Frieza turned buff, then Frieza turned gold, then Frieza turned black, and it's like it's getting crazy, and it's just like the same thing applies with Vegeta. He got all these forms just like how Goku has it, and it's like with all that, and it's like instead of getting Ultra Instinct, he got Ultra Ego, and it's like they're always giving new forms. Like you see the new forms given to Gohan and Piccolo. It's like all these new forms, and then people, and this is recent, but it's like people have the audacity to get mad at One Piece fans. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really a big fan of One Piece, simply because I don't watch it, so I'm not really with that, right? I just be minding my own business when it comes to One Piece. But it's like there is some times where I like One Piece. I just see it, I'm just like, hey, that's pretty cool. But it's just like when I hear about the fans, they always want to say that the One Piece fans are comparing it to Ultra Instinct, and they're saying it's breaking the internet. Because I'm gonna be honest, I would have heard about this. I'm not really with One Piece or Dragon Ball, but I would have heard about this. And I have not heard anybody. It's like even when I typed in One Piece, I have not heard anybody say anything like that. I just feel like this is just you know, again, I stay disliking Dragon Ball fans. So it's that kind of thing where it's just it makes you think, where are they getting this information from? You're over saying these One Piece fans are trying to compare Goku versus Jiren um to dang it, I lost my train of thought. Basically, they're saying basically these Goku fans are you know saying that One Piece fans are comparing the new like the Gear 5 to Goku versus Jiren, like it's gonna break the internet. But I've never heard anybody say this. I've never heard anybody say this. I typed in One Piece. I try to see everybody that would do some commentary. I've not heard anything about this. Even on YouTube, I excuse me, burping again. I guess it's from me talking so much, but it's like I have not heard anybody talk about this. It is just crazy. Again, this is the reason why I dislike Dragon Ball fans, and these are only people who are Dragon Ball fans. Like seriously, like this isn't somebody who is Demon Slayer fans or Naruto fans or whatever. These are just Dragon Ball fans I'm hearing this from. And keep in mind, I don't like Dragon Ball or One Piece that much, but I would have heard something about, like I would have at least heard something from anything One Piece related. Because I'm not gonna lie, Gear 5 is something I was kind of interested in, simply because I don't hear many forms from One Piece, and it's like to be honest, I don't think they really have much forms. It's just like, again, with Dragon Ball, they have a whole lot of forms and they have like a whole lot of people who are getting these forms, right? But with like One Piece, you don't really see that much. So this is just something that's just like a little fresh, and it's Gear 5, so it's the fifth form. It isn't the eighth form like in Dragon Ball or something like that. This is the fifth one. So like I don't know what to say, but yeah, I got completely off track. I mean, completely off track. I'm trying to remember what I was talking about. I don't know. I guess what I'll say is I like mine's basic. I don't want mine's over the top simply because I just like stand. I guess I just wanted to stand out more. Not only that, just to show that you don't need things that are just so over the top sometimes. I mean, it's I credit to the creativity and imagination, but sometimes you don't really need extra stuff like ornaments on the hair and all the other stuff. It's cool and all, but it's like for me, now this is just my opinion. For me, it's really unnecessary sometimes. But yeah. Did I ever tell you about the dragon super right here? See, that's the dragon's head. He's biting on his tail. It, well, his tail, basically mostly his body, but going all the way around. Now I tried to. Oh, here's my second OC. The. It's not as good as the first one I did. It's a Ring Goku reference I used. Oh, and his name is Ganko Tomo, and he's a wind breather. So look, he's a wind breather trained in Kinjutsu, but he uses an Odachi, so he's trained in Inshin Ryu style. See, you know what? I should have put Tenshin Ryu Yohu on my first OC right here. I should have put Tenshin Ryu Yohu because I like Tenshin Ryu Yohu. If anything, that's the reason why Bato Jutsu came up on my mind. Now I'm still working on him. Like I might be done a little bit on drawing his body, but I need to think of some lore because I might change that to lower moon to upper moon. I need to know the correct kanji for 3 because when I saw the kanji on here compared to the lower 3, it wasn't the same. And it's like I would put that on there if it wasn't so blurry, because it's like with this I can tell that it's like if this was on Lower Moon 3, like you see that on the eye, if I saw that, like if that was on Lower Moon 3, I wouldn't have any issue figuring that out. But Lower Moon 3, it's like his eye is different, so I pretty much gotta, figure something out. So I might change that. And see, this is my first practice on, like some combat. Got the, electricity and stuff. Again, Bato Jutsu, so he has one hand on the sword and the other on the sheath. Because in Tenshin Ryo-Yohu, they have this thing where they... Hold on. Let me, stand up and explain it real quick. Oh, I still got some more. Say less. Alright. So, Tenshin Ryo-Yohu, this is like the side of the sheath, right? And I know I'm big, don't worry about it. But this is the side where the sheath is going to be. This is a sword. Now keep in mind, when you're in battle, you want to make sure you pull the sheath back in order to get the sword out easier. Because if you do it like this, the chances it's going to get stuck, you're too slow, then the guy who's coming to attack you pretty much takes you out. So that's why you want to do it like this. And then, but it's like, they have a way where it's like they pull it back, and it's like, bam, and then like that. See, they put their arm under their armpit or something like that, because it's like, I'm live streaming. My mother couldn't tell that I was live streaming, so back to what I was saying. Basically, the sheath, the sword. Hold on, let me get a tool. Because at least here, I don't have to worry about getting a strike for something that might look like a weapon, but keep in mind this is just a prop. Like it's like a Halloween toy that I just took apart. And you see how it's curved a little bit? So it's a little bit perfect. So it's pretty much like a wakizashi. Also, when you put the sheath, the sword, like a katana. I wish I had a sheath so I can explain it better. I might buy a prop to better explain it. Again, and there's another way. You can do it like this. Like that. But back to what I was explaining though. You pull the sheath back, but they have this thing where it's like bam and bam, something like that. Like you got to go to Tenshin Ryo-Yohu to actually see it. Now keep in mind, I haven't really watched their channel in a while, because I just been watching other stuff. But pretty much they at least do something like that, where I think it's just, I don't know. I just know it's 2 slashes, and then they put their arm under they put the left arm under the right arm, and then they do this. Something like that. And that's what I was trying to go for with this part of my drawing. Just that simple 2 slash, but it's like with Demon Slayer, that's third form, which is like Rice Spirit, or I don't know. Basically, there's a form where they do multiple slashes, and I was just like, hey, Tenshin Ryo-Yohu does something like that, where it's just like they like bam. It's like they do it like this, bam, bam. Hold on, I'm gonna try it one more time, but I'm gonna see if it's like this. It might be 3 slashes, my bad. So they do it like this. Hold on, let me try again. Bam, bam, bam. Or they might do it. They might put the arm under after the second slash. So bam, bam, bam. No, it doesn't seem right. I'm gonna have to really watch their videos again in order to remember it. But you get the idea, you know. Or maybe a better view would be like this. Bam, bam, bam. Or better right here. I'm trying the best I can to explain it here. But yeah. Let me sit this down. Now let me sit this back here and let me show you the rest. Now I'm gonna be honest. This one isn't my favorite. I was trying to think of some patterns for the Slayer mark, because some Slayer marks aren't shown for some breathers. So try drawing this. Not my best. I mostly just like the head, but I really like this one because I didn't use a reference for this one. So I'm a little proud of myself. So I was already starting to think of it in my head. Not only that, I didn't use any anatomy or something like that. This is just muscle memory. This one I might show another time. It's more of like a practice one. I have to use another. I try to use Tenshinryu Yohu for a reference. I might also show that one later if I ever feel like showing that one. I don't know. Here it is. The one I was working on before I even live streamed. A Slayer mark. I wish I made it a lot thinner, and I probably should have done that. And after all, I'm gonna be redrawing this every now and then to see which one's better. And it's like I like it, but I don't like it because it's like if you look at this head and think, is this the same person as this? See? It's like the head shape is so different. It's just like I think the reason why it makes it look different is because the dreads on the side or like floating or like floating or something like that, because he's using thunder breathing. Because Zenitsu, his hair was moving when he was about to do six folds or something like that. So it's a little something I'm trying to think, like, should I use this one? But after all, I'm gonna put this in Adobe what's it called? Premiere Pro. I might do it on Premiere Pro, but then I'm also going to put it on this anime thing because I had a very cool idea on how I'm going to do this thing, but I'm not going to explain what it is. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to do it fast before my time runs out, before somebody else thinks of it, or either I'm sorry, either before like something happens to me, then that imagination doesn't get out, Just all I'm gonna say is that the best thing I can give you that's like close to it, but not to like make it too close to what I'm talking about, is is that when it appears, it's gonna look different from how it is in the original anime. Like when it appears in the anime, it's gonna look different as to how I want it to appear, and that's all I'm gonna say. And I've been live streaming for 34 minutes, so I feel like that's good. And I feel like I've been talking pretty good with this one simply because I just, I've been very proud of myself lately. So I guess that's something good to know. Cool. But yeah, I have to end this live. I've been, 34 minutes. I was intentionally going to make this 20 minutes, but I didn't. And so far, it's been good. So,